Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the MTG Place podcast. I'm Corey. I'm here with James again, and today we're going to talk about a lot of news happening in the Magic world from the last 2 weeks here. James was sick last week, so we didn't record last week, so we got a lot of information to cover, so I think we're just going to jump right into it. It's time for Magic News! So the first thing we missed was on October 13th, they had a banned and restricted announcement in Historic. So they came out and banned Tybalt's Trickery, they suspended Memory Lapse, and officially banned Brainstorm. Any thoughts on that? Have you played much Historic?
Not so much, no, but Brainstorm makes sense because that's a pretty powerful card. Although, are there fetch lands in Historic?
No, I don't think so.
So that's interesting then, because usually Brainstorm can be really powerful because you find what you want, you pitch what you don't want, and then you fetch away the crap into your deck. So it's not as powerful if there's no fetch lands.
Right, so from me playing it personally, I wanted Brainstorm so bad because I made Blue-Red Delver.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, oh, Brainstorm, heck yeah, it's cantrippy. And then I was like, oh, I can't play Brainstorm. And then I put Memory Lapse in, and Memory Lapse was so good in its place. Oh my gosh.
I can definitely see that, yes.
It's just like, oh, counter your thing, flip my Delver. Counter your thing, flip my Delver attack. Counter your thing, goes back on top of your deck. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, that's
so I can see, I think the reason is because once Delver got added with the reprint of it, it made Memory Lapse just really good.
Yeah, so. That makes perfect sense, and I'm sure Brainstorm works well with it too. So I can definitely see why. Maybe a little too busted.
Yep, they also rebalanced some cards that are arena-only cards that were in Historic Horizons, which was only on Arena. So they now changed Dark Withering to be target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-2, so you can no longer hit your own creature with it. And they changed Davril Soulbroker to be what did they change on him? Oh, again, target creature and opponent controls instead of your own creature gets -3/-3.
So we're getting rid of sack outlets. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, and then they're changing
a little too busted.
Yeah, they're changing Faceless Agent from a 2/1 to a 2/2. And they changed Sarkhan ability from his 0 is now a +1, so he has 2 +1s. So he was not good enough, apparently.
Interesting. Okay.
And then this Acolyte guy, where you could pay life and then do a bunch of stuff, they changed him from a 2/2 to a 2/3. And instead of making it black, it's now one colorless and a black. So
interesting. Huh, so they're doing a little bit of buffing.
Yeah, it says to make it not compete as much with Gifted Aetherborn for black decks.
Alrighty.
So that was the first thing, got out of the way. Second thing now is Crimson Vow is going to be slightly delayed in North America, so United States and Canada. Set boosters will not be available on pre-release weekend, although draft boosters and pre-release kits will still be there, so the pre-release will still happen as scheduled. Just if you got set booster, you might have to wait a few more weeks to get your stuff.
Sounds like they're dealing with shipping issues as well.
Yep.
Man, it's just affecting everything, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently.
That sucks, man. I mean, I get it, but it's unfortunate to see. But at least we still have pre-release stuff, though, so that's good, for sure.
Yep. The next thing, we had a hotfix last Friday for Magic Arena that fixed wins and losses for Mythic players in Limited. They'll no longer fail to register in their drafts. So apparently there was some win-loss issues with Mythic ranked players in Limited. So they fixed that. And then the Jump In, which is the new thing, where you can jump in, you pay 1,000 gold or 200 gems, you get 2 like Jumpstart type packs of standard cards. And then your first win awards an uncommon card with a 5% chance of being a rare or mythic, and you can play as much as you want and then resign whenever after you get your reward. If you're sick of the deck, and just enter again to get a new deck and win the prize again. But they fixed a bug with that. Apparently, it used to lock the course after you selected a packet. So apparently there was a issue where you could get frozen there.
I see. That would be frustrating for sure. All right.
And then October 22nd now, they're going to do Midnight Hunt Draft Challenge. So that's going to be the best of 3 format. 3,000 gems or 20,000 gold. You play until you win 6 times or 2 losses. And if you win 0 times, you get nothing. So you don't want to get 0 wins. You don't want to suck if you do this. But you get to play a lot of games as best of 3. So this sounds awesome. Like, I'll probably do this for sure.
Yeah. That sounds... How many gems was it to buy in?
3,000 gems or 20,000 gold. So you can just grind gold to get it.
That's nice too, for sure.
Yeah, because like I average getting like just doing all your quests, you could probably get like 5,000 a week. So you would have to have had it already saved up, but
yeah, it's definitely doable though. If you're, you were thinking ahead for something like this.
Yeah, but for the drafter, it's great to win more drafts because 0 wins is no reward. 1 win, you get 1 draft token, so you get another free draft if you get 1 win.
Nice.
You just need 1, just 1 win, you get another free draft.
That's doable.
Yeah, if you get 2 wins, you get a free draft and 3 booster packs. If you get 3 wins, you get 2 draft tokens and 6 booster packs.
Dang.
If you get 4 wins, you get 3 free draft tokens and 10 booster packs. And if you get 5, you get 3 and 15 packs. And if you go 6-1 or better, so you basically only lose once or go undefeated, you get 4 draft tokens and 20 packs.
So, man, you can just draft all day long, apparently, if you do well enough. That's pretty
cool. And it's crazy because like all you have to do is win once, so you can basically just keep drafting.
Yeah, I mean, I like that a lot. Definitely a nice model. You don't have as long as you win at least a game, you don't need to spend any more money, which is good.
Right. Yeah, and like for me, I average like 40-50% win rate. So at the according to this, I would get 2-3 wins every time. That means I'm profit draft tokens every other time if I keep doing
exactly. Yeah, you have the chance
that's good.
Of getting cards and stuff. So, because those are cards you can keep for your collection, right?
Yep. And then they're doing a discounted Halloween bundle, so you can save on gems. You get a Halloween pet, and you save on gems in the store. Gem price is now 3,000 gems instead of 3,600 gems for the Halloween pet and sleeve. So they discounted that. Jump in. I already talked about that, but that's the 1,000 gold that's happening. Innistrad Midnight Hunt Harvest Bash is fall festivities in there. So the 22nd to the 26th, you have another chance to win some sweet card styles. You build a singleton deck to make the best use of a gift bag emblem, and the emblem is at the beginning of your upkeep, you choose one that you haven't chosen. Create a treasure token, create a clue token, create a food token. So you play a singleton event.
How big of a deck? I wonder.
60 cards.
Okay. So
I'm guessing 60 cards. I'm guessing 60 cards. It could be 100, but most of the time it's 60.
So that's like not Commander, but what's the smaller version? I can't remember the name of it. That
like Pauper Commander or whatever.
Yeah, Pauper. Yeah. So that could be interesting for sure.
Yep, and then they have October 26th through 28th is the Historic Brawl Showcase, so they're going to enjoy spooky season with Historic Brawl pre-constructed decks, and with seasonal commanders. They're here with tricks and treats for all. Well, Historic Brawl, if you don't know, is basically Commander, except for you are at the 25 life instead of 40.
40, yeah.
And there's no commander damage, obviously. But it's still a 100-card singleton in Historic Brawl.
So that could be fun.
Whereas regular Brawl is 60-card singleton. Mm-hmm. And then November 2nd through 4th, they have an Omniscience event. You draft a 40-card deck, skip adding basic lands. You begin the game with 3 cards in your hand instead of 7, and an Omniscience emblem that lets you cast everything for free.
God. Okay. So just put all the best stuff in there.
Yeah.
And hope you win.
And these events are all free, so you can just play them if you go on and play.
Yeah,
Have
so
some
these are
fun for
kind of
Halloween.
like the reminding me of like the tavern brawls in Hearthstone, where they kind of have these themed, kind of different ways to play. So these are
Exactly.
kind of
Yep.
fun.
Yeah. So they're starting to do that every couple of weeks now.
Yeah, so that's fun to kind of add a little flair to the game for sure.
Quick Draft currently is the D&D set, and Premier Draft is Midnight Hunt. October 29th will switch, so the Quick Draft, which is the cheapest one where you draft against bots instead of real people, will be switching to Midnight Hunt as well on the 29th. So if you want to get in some cheap drafts against bots instead of the draft against bots, you still play against real players, but it's cheaper drafts then, and it's untimed versus with the players, you draft an 8-person pod, and then people are going to hate draft you and stuff, whereas the computer might not do that as much.
Well, it's good. It's good if you're like, you want to do it. You don't. You have like a time period that you gotta, you're waiting for something, and then you don't want to, you don't have time to do a human draft.
Right.
That's definitely nice to have. And it'll be nice a good way to get some the new cards coming out. So always a fun way to do it, to draft it.
They're doing qualifiers for the historic format tournament, it looks like. Yep. Which is going to be the 2021 ranked season, which will be September. No, sorry, they delayed it to October 30th. Okay. So they got, anyways, they have qualifier weekends. So October 30th is one of them. They got traditional historic. Day 2 qualifier weekend, which you have to qualify through day 1, is also historic format. Then November they're going to do it again with historic format, so they're going to do some historic events instead of standard.
That should be great.
Mythic Challenge events.
For those of us who don't exactly always like to play standard, which we are kind of fall under that, so it's always nice to see the older cards used as well.
October 29th through the November 5th, they're adding another event. It's a Premier Draft, which is the one with people, and I like the Premier Drafts the best, personally. Limited time Ravnica Mixer. You will get 1 pack of Guilds of Ravnica, Ravnica Allegiance, and War of the Spark, and do a draft.
Ooh, those are fun sets.
Yeah, that is sweet.
That should be really fun to draft, definitely.
And then November 5th, they are doing Premier Core Draft sets. So you draft 1 pack of Core Set 2019, 2020, and 2021.
All right, all the core stuff. Let's go.
Yeah. So lots of cool stuff for us limited players.
Yes, definitely. We like that a lot.
And then they announced the rewards for October at the end of the month. If you're bronze, you get 1 Midnight Hunt pack. Silver, 1 Midnight Hunt pack, 500 gold. Gold, you get 2 Midnight Hunt packs and 1,000 gold and a Champion of Alms card style. Platinum, you'll get 3 packs, 1,000 gold, the Champion card style, and Burn Down the House card style. Diamond, you'll get 4 packs, 1,000 gold, both card styles. And Mythic, you'll get 5 packs, 1,000 gold, and both card packs.
And so what are these card styles exactly? Are these just like alternate arts?
Yeah, alternate arts you can apply to the card in the game. Okay. So digital artwork styles. It's usually it's the showcase art, but now they've been adding like ones you can only get through like the reward, so then you can make it look cool to like on the game.
Those
like
are
ones you
those
can't
are
get
nice
in real life.
Yeah, that's always cool when they integrate stuff like that.
Yeah, and then November will be the same thing, just with 2 different card styles. But so basically, from what my understanding is, the shortest amount of time for the grind, if you're a free-to-play player, is you want to try and get to gold rank in constructed, because it's not that hard. I mean, it's a grind, but it's not that hard. And then if you can do it in limited, I mean, you obviously need a lot of coins or be good at limited or spend money. But
limited's
if
much
you get
harder for sure.
yeah, if you get gold though, you get the 2 packs and the 1,000 gold. That's you and the card style. If you can get to platinum and get both card styles because you really want them, that's fine. But like even with just like a budget deck, you should be able to get silver or gold pretty easily. I would think. Like even if you just play like the pre-con decks, because like you don't lose as much rank like you get on gold and silver. Like bronze, you don't even lose rank for losing.
Right.
And gold and silver, I think you lose 1 when you lose and go up 2 when you win. And then platinum is the really hard one where it starts getting hard to go up. So
right, yeah. That's kind of how that goes. But yeah, fun to see these rewards. Card styles are cool. Definitely like that. So it'll be fun to see how they integrate more stuff like this into the rewards packages.
all right, so secret layers were announced while we were away. The October Super Drop. The first one is the Stranger Things secret layer. Mechanically unique cards. Obviously, they will be reprinted as a list card later with a different name. We're going to go through these cards here quickly and talk about them. So the first one is Chief Jim Hopper. 2 red-white for a 4/4 legendary creature, human soldier with menace. When Chief Jim Hopper attacks, investigate once for each non-token attacking creature and it has friends forever.
All right, next up we have Dustin Gadget Genius, who is a 2/3 legendary creature human who for 2 white-blue, and he has tap, add 2 waste. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. And he has friends forever, which means you can have 2 commanders if both have friends forever. So it's basically partner, but in this set.
Right, yeah. So it's like commander partner, but only for the Stranger Things. So next one is 11, the Mad Mage. 1 and Grixis colors, blue, red, and black. And his legendary creature 3/5. Your maximum hand size is 11. When 11 the mage attacks, you draw a card, lose a life. Then if you have 11 or more cards in your hand, you may cast an instant sorcery card from your hand without paying the mana cost, and it has friends forever. And it's a 3/5. That's pretty sweet.
So much what's the word? Flavor there. I love it.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Lucas the Sharpshooter, who is a 1/3 human for blue-red. And he has tap, sacrifice an artifact. Lucas the Sharpshooter deals 1 damage to target creature. Goad that creature, which means until your next turn, that creature attacks each combat if able and attacks a player other than you if able. So, politics.
Yeah, that could be fun. Max the Daredevil is 1, a red and a green for a 3/2 with haste. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, untap target creature, then investigate with friends forever.
Next up, we have Mike the Dungeon Master for 1 green-white and a 2/2. And he has pay 2 and tap. Choose target creature card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Return it to the battlefield tapped. And he also has friends forever.
Yeah, and then we have the Mind Flayer the Shadow, 4 and black, 3 blacks, so 7 mana total for a 9/9 legendary enchantment creature horror. Mind Flayer the Shadow isn't a creature unless you control 3 or more permanents you don't own. At the beginning of your end step, exile the bottom card of each opponent's library face down. For as long as those cards remain exiled, you may look at them, you may cast a permanent spells from among them, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells.
All right, now we have Will the Wise, who is a 1/2 human for white-black. And he has, when Will the Wise enters or leaves the battlefield, each opponent may investigate. Each opponent who doesn't loses 1 life. You investigate X times, where X is 1 plus the number of opponents who investigated this way. And he has friends forever.
And then last is the Clue token, with art that I think you said you liked.
Yes, the art on the Clue token is really cool because in the show, they in Will's house when he vanishes, his mom puts up Christmas lights because the lights were flickering based on the plane of the two planes of existence. What do they call it? I forgot what they call it now. It's been too long since I watched it. But anyway, then they put an alphabet under each light so like he could like communicate with her, and that's what the clue token is. So that's really cool. I really love the flavor of the art and matches the show so well. The Upside Down, that's what it's called. I don't remember that.
These are all very cool artwork cards. They're cool to the show. If you like the show, you could think about ordering them. They also have Mirror Sanity, which is like all of the artifact lands from Mirrodin, with kind of like a video game temple run Japanese art style. We got Monster Anatomy, which is Flea Swallower, Goblin Trash Master, the Raised Boar, Protein Hulk, and the Sun's Avatar, with like a monster science book anatomy, which is kind of cool.
Very different. I like those.
Yeah, then we got the Monster Movie Marathon, which is like Beast Within, Blasphemous Actus Member, Graph Digger's Cage with the like movie posters, which is really cool.
Yeah, these are like the old like 80s movie posters, like The Fly or something like that, and they match that. They got like a kind of werewolf one for Beast Within, and kind of a Dracula looking one for Dismember. So yeah, these are. I think these are my favorite looking ones, honestly, out of all of them. These are just so radical for Magic the Gathering. They look so different. Like these don't look like cards at all.
They're so cool. Then they have the Read the Fine Print, which is all like the awesome demons. We got Demon Lord, Belzen Lock, Gristlebrand, the Soul Hoarder, Liliana's Contract, and Rakazeth. I really like the art on Gristlebrand here, although he's not legal in Commander, but the rest I'm pretty sure are.
Yeah, all very matching in the art here, so they all kind of go together. They definitely look like they would match in a deck, for sure.
Then we got the Showcase Midnight Hunt, which is the Midnight Hunt black and white showcase style applied to all the utility lands like Kessig Wolf Run and Gavany Township and stuff like that. I mean, they're black and white. Some of them are okay. I like the artwork on Township. Like you said, you like the artwork on the Desolate Lighthouse.
I like Lighthouse a lot. It's just so cool. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of like the monochrome style, but the like the shading and everything of these look really cool. So I definitely do like the way these look.
Then we got the Thrilling Tales of the Undead, which is like the Thriller music video. We got Gravecrawler, Leon the Death's Majesty, Rise of the Dark Realms. The Gravecrawler is my favorite. These look pretty cool as well.
Yeah, definitely right out of the music video. Got like some kind of vampire ladies and some skeletons. Like, what more do you want?
Right. And then we got the non-foil bundle for $189, Ferocious all the foils bundle for $279, and then all of them foil and non-foil for $450. So if you guys want to invest in those, that's what it's going to cost you.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
But these do retain value, so it is an investment, but it is usually worth it because there's not many of these made, and once they're gone, they're gone. So they definitely go up in price. Yeah,
so then we got Secret Lair Extra Life. If you don't know what Extra Life is, it is a charity to support the Children's Miracle Network. 50% of all profits of this will go straight to them. And it is one way Wizards gives back to those in need. So the drop is Secret Lair. It's going to be in November, and it's artwork drawn by children. And it looks really cool. It's Craterhoof Behemoth, Muldrifter, and Metalwork Colossus.
These are very, very adorable. And to think of someone playing this against you and you just seeing this, you're like, what is this?
Yeah, like how would you like to lose to a Craterhoof Behemoth that looks like someone drew it with a crayon? I mean, because it was drawn by, let's see, Craterhoof Behemoth, Kira, age 5.5. So
Yep. Honestly, great for a five-year-old. I don't think I drew that good when I was 5.
Yeah, so it looks like someone, like they had the kid draw it, and they do the kid drawing you'll get, and then they had someone older draw it. They're drawing into a more magic-y artwork style.
Yeah, it was kind of a reimagination of it for sure. And this is obviously great. It's Extra Life is a fantastic charity, so it is always very much worth putting money into it because they're usually it's usually has to do with the kids. That's kind of their thing. So, and all all of the money goes to the cause. So it's a great charity, and always happy to see Wizards and other groups like that supporting them.
Yeah, another thing we missed while we were away is the Pioneer Challenger decks came out. We got the Azorius Spirits, Lotus Field combo, Mono Red Burn, Orzhov Auras. These are all 60 card decks with a 15 card sideboard, meant for you to be able to pick up and go play at your LGS in the Pioneer format. I think the Azorius Spirits is what I would go with. I might add some more Brazen Bowers to it because I like that card. What do you think? You like these decks? You like that these are a thing?
Yeah, it's great for someone who's trying to get into this format without having to spend a ton of money because obviously some of these cards are kind of expensive. And it's nice that they have pre-con decks that actually have like the pieces to win the game with. Like they might not, be 4 copies or whatever like they're supposed to be, but they're at least there. So you can at least learn how to play the deck if you're just starting to either play the game or play the format. And for a pre-con deck like that, and it's what, $60 you said? That's
Oh, it's
not
not.
too
It's
bad.
not $60. I think it's like
Oh,
$20, $30.
oh yeah. That's a great deal then for
Yeah,
sure.
it's like the cost of a starter, like the starter decks, the welcome decks used to cost.
Right. Yeah, and you actually get good cards, not just like the kind of like meme uncommons like in those old welcome decks.
Right, and you could always just buy 2 of them, and then you pretty much have the whole deck, and you might cost you less than what it would be just to piece it together.
Exactly. Yeah. That's I like that a lot for sure. It's very good for entry players. Um and it's
Yeah,
good to
anyone who
see
wants to
stuff.
just try out Pioneer at home, or another thing that's fun with them is you can get them and just play them against your friends, kitchen table.
Yeah, kitchen magic.
You'll
It's
have everything
always a
similar
thing.
power level. And they're available worldwide in English, French, German, and Japanese.
Awesome.
Let's see. The next thing, we got some Magic Online announcements here. We got a Vintage Cube update. Midnight Hunt is on there. The big thing, though, is Eternal Weekend. So Eternal Weekend is going to happen on Magic Online again. You buy the entry token for $25, and you get an all-access pass to every card in Magic Online so that you could play the Eternal Weekend. Legacy event is November 19th through 21st, and the Vintage one is the 26th to the 28th. Again, if you pay the $25, you get all the cards for that whole time. So you can play, like, even if you bust out of the tournament, you can play other events on Magic Online with it, which is pretty cool.
That is cool. Nice to see Magic Online seeing some love since that's kind of a forgotten part of Magic the Gathering. Especially since it has the full catalog, not just historic like Arena has. And of course, it's really nice to see Eternal Weekend making a comeback, even if it isn't in person because of the pandemic. We're not able to really meet still. I mean, it's getting better, but still probably a little early for in-person paper, competition like that. And I also love the all access pass for what was it? $25 you said for that?
Well, it comes with your entry ticket to the event.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so yeah. Uh, so you don't even have to worry about having all the cards to be able to play, which is really nice. You're able to literally build what you want and then play with it. And then even if you do lose, you're still able to, play with it throughout the competition and some other like side events, which I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, even if you just say, hey, I wanted to try out some Vintage on Magic Online, just buy the thing for $25 and play some Vintage for, a week.
Yeah, without having to spend $100,000 on a deck.
Yeah, you don't have to buy the power. So
Exactly. That's awesome. Because even Legacy has a pretty big barrier of entry with the the investment in cards that are necessary. So this is a very good way to, get into it, see if you like it without having to put down a crap ton of money.
Yeah, they're also adding some Magic Online format challenges every single weekend on Saturdays and Sundays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day. You can enter the challenges for like semi-big tournaments, and you can win qualifier points that allow you to enter the super big events at the end of every month. So if you want to play some competitive events on Magic Online, you can do that now too, every weekend.
Which is awesome. And they're all the different formats, so you can choose whichever one you like and go. You just run with it.
Yeah, and then let's see. Crimsonville Spoilers come out the 28th. We'll be posting some stuff in the Discord. We're at 50-some members in the Discord. Thank you all so much for listening and being in there. We'll put a link to join that in the show notes. Morrow came out with some teasers. There's a lot of them. You guys can read them. Post a link in the show notes. But, we'll be posting and talking about some spoilers. And then once the whole set is dropped, we'll probably do a review and what we think our opinions are for them all as well.
For sure. It's going to be a fun time to look into that.
Are you hyped for Crimson Vow?
I'm ready for it. I'm definitely ready to see what they have. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of kind of different stuff, so...
Yeah, it's the vampire-focused set versus last one was werewolves, but the best cards were zombies, I think.
Yeah, they were. Well, and also Ren and 7, but,
Yeah. That Meat Hook Massacre, man.
Oh, God, that card's gross.
Yeah, are you going to play in the pre-release for it?
When is that?
November something. I can look it up, but I said it in the previous podcast. November. It's like a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'll have to check my schedule, but yeah, that'd be fun to play pre-release.
For some reason, I want to say like the 19th or 13th or something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while since I actually done a pre-release, so it'd be fun to do one again, for sure.
All right, and then we're gonna do some new news. We're gonna try and do every week is a finance section here. So the first thing we got is finance news from 10/15. So that was 2 weeks ago. So Curse of Disturbance is up 286%. From 50 cents to $3.71, and I'm assuming this is due to all of the new curses in Midnight Hunt.
That definitely makes sense.
Commander deck with curses.
They definitely added a lot, so I could see that.
Yeah, the new Lindy is a curse commander that they printed, so seems cool. The second card that went up a lot is Copy Enchantment. Went up 25% to 1756. And that is probably because they want to copy enchantments in their curse deck.
Yep. Also makes sense.
Another card that shot up a lot from $15 to $25 is Bloodline Keeper. That's a sweet vampire in all the vampire decks. And I'm assuming it's because everyone's inspecting vampires to come out a lot in New Crimson Vow soon.
Well, as you said, there were there's a lot of there's been a lot of focus on vampires with the new sets coming out, so it doesn't surprise me that we're probably going to see a lot more of them played. So it makes sense that it's going to go up.
Yeah, Captivating Vampire also jumped from $6 to $12 as well. That's all vampires get 1/1.
That's a double right there.
And the blue-white filter land has jumped from $9 to $29.
Holy crap!
Jeskai Control and Jeskai Reanimator being huge in Modern right now.
Dang, that is a huge jump. I have that land too, so that makes me feel good.
Yeah, so the most recent Modern deck that just dominated was blue-white that had 4 Solitudes, Memory Deluge, Archmage Charm, Counterspell, Supreme Verdict, Prismatic Ending, and you win with Shark Typhoon and Teferis. And you play Teferi Hero of Dominaria and Teferi Time Raveler. So play both Teferis that people hate.
Play all the Teferis.
And so the filter lands from that were just reprinted in Double Masters
Yep.
up to $28. So they're up
Yeah,
$20.
I can't remember what it's called, but yes, it's that's a thing.
Yeah, Mystic Gate is what
Mystic
it
Gate,
is.
yeah, that's what it
Yep.
is. Yeah, that's a huge price jump. So especially from
And
Filterland, that's the other thing. Filterlands are normally not that expensive.
And these are some cheap pickups. So if you're looking to pick up these cards, they're at an all-time low right now. Scourge of the Skyclaves is down to $6.23. Fabled Passage is down to $6.
Ooh,
So you need your Fabled
that's cheap.
Passages. Muxus, the Goblin Grandee, is down to $9. So you can pick up Muxus if
Good
you want to
stuff.
again. And then the weekly winners from the 22nd. We got Patron of the Veil, which is another vampire, is up 72% from $8 to $24. And again,
Wow.
because of upcoming Crimson Vow, probably.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation behind that.
Memory Deluge from Midnight Hunt is now being played in Standard by basically every blue deck, and was also played in that modern blue-white deck I just read to you. So that card started out pre-selling about $3, and it's now up to almost $8.
It's
So that's a
decent jump.
decent jump for Memory Deluge, which is a pretty good card. I mean, it's 4. You look at the top X cards your library, X number amount of mana spent it, so that's 4. So you look at 4, put 2 of them in your hand, the rest on the bottom of any order, and then you can flash it back for 7, so you look at 7 and put 2 in your hand.
Right, yeah. It's kind of a scrying card, so I don't know. Are there really any of the cards that do that in this set?
I mean, Dig, but I don't know if there is Dig's legal in Modern or not.
No, I don't think it is. Yeah, that's not legal in many sets anymore, or many formats anymore. I don't think so.
Right.
Yeah, it's. I could see why that's going up.
So another card that went from 50 cents to $3 is Call of the Copper Coats, which is from Commander 2020. It says it's benefiting from being popular in a lot of Commander decks. Kylar, Kaltia, Sigarda, Jirian, and Silvar. So basically all of the human tribal decks. There was a bunch of new ones just printed in Midnight Hunt, and then there was some previous that I listed there. And Dana Roach from EDH Rec said that he believes that this generates insanely value for the mana spent, and now this card is starting to go up and up and up here.
That's what it sounds like. That's Value Town. That's what it sounds like to me. And
Yeah, it's 2 and a white, and you choose any number of triggered opponents, and you create a 1/1 human soldier token where X number of creatures those opponents control, and you could strive to add more than one opponent.
right, yeah.
So it's kind of cool. And then Wand of Orcus, which is from the Commander Adventures in the Forgotten Realms set, has jumped from $3.95 to $8.
Decent jump.
Yeah, thanks to it's not good in the Undead Unleashed Commander deck, which just came out with the Midnight Hunt, and is also good in Wilhelm, Groix, and Gisa decks.
Awesome.
So and that makes zombies get Death Touch, and you create that many zombie tokens when the creature deals damage to a player. So it's pretty good. Some cheap pickups this week. Summoner's Pact is down to $3.60. So if you need Summoner's Packs, Gideon Ally of Zendikar is down to $5.
Wow, that's really cheap. I think when I bought Gideon, because I bought him for my sideboard for my Death and Taxes deck back when I built it, and I don't know, a few years back, he was at least $15, if not $20.
Yeah, he's $6 now.
that's
And then
that's
Monologue Tax, which pre-sold at like $30, because it's only in Commander 21, is down to about $5. So you might want to pick that up now while people keep opening the Commander 2021 decks. And that's whenever an opponent casts their second spell, you create a treasure token. So it's mana ramp for white, which is always good.
That's a big deal. White doesn't have much ramp.
So that, in my opinion, that's a good pickup because I feel like that'll go back up.
Oh, it won't stay down for long. It'll go back up for sure.
Yeah, now we're going to do something we want to try and do every week, is go through the top 5 most expensive cards of every single set since the beginning. This week we're going to start with Alpha because it was the first set. And we're going to, eliminate the obvious ones like the Power 9 and Dual Lands for the first few sets because, I mean, it's kind of obvious that those would be the highest of the last.
Oh, yeah, Black Lotus is like $100,000.
Yeah, like, okay, Black Lotus, yeah. All right, so not counting those, if you had to guess, I don't know if you've looked, but if you had to guess, what do you think the highest, most expensive card in Alpha would be?
God, I wouldn't even know, to be honest. Trying to even think what was in that set. Like,
it was so long ago.
And yeah,
1993
back then. It's gotta be like some kind of land or something like that.
Well, I'll give you a hint. It's like played in every commander deck.
Is it Sol Ring?
Yeah, it's Sol Ring.
Okay, that makes sense.
So Sol Ring is $2,375 if you have an Alpha version.
Oh my god, that's up there. I didn't think it was gonna be that much.
Yeah, and then next is Mind Twist. You know what Mind Twist does?
I can't remember. I've heard it though.
So it's discard X cards at random. So it's a pretty crappy card, honestly, but it's $2,200 because it's from Alpha. Because, a lot of old cards are just worth money.
It's just from Alpha, so it's worth money.
Yeah, and then Personal Incarnation is $1,900, Word of Command is $1,500, and Orcish Artillery rounds up the top 5 at $1,000. Now, Orcish Artillery is an uncommon from Alpha that is tap, deal 2 damage to any target, and 3 damage to yourself. And it's been reprinted in a lot of sets, and all the other printings are like 5 cents. But
yeah, it's not a good card.
Alpha version is $1,000. So if you find Alpha cards, they can be worth some money.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so rare at this point. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's crappy; it'll still be worth something.
Right.
Corey's crazy card.
All right, so Corey's crazy card this week is Sunglasses of Urza. It is an artifact. It costs 3 colorless, and it allows you to spend white mana as though it were red mana. And no, this is not an unhinged card. That's why it's crazy. This is a real card. It looks like glasses that Urza would wear. It looks like rubies on sunglasses. And you wear it, it turns your white mana red if you want.
That's just silly.
I know, it's crazy.
Ultimate mana filtering.
We should play that in Commander as a tilt card.
Yeah, because is that for everybody?
No, it's just I can do it. You can do it.
Oh, okay. That'd be really rude if it was everybody.
Yeah.
That's just silly. I love it. It's so chaotic.
James's Jungle.
All right, so for James's Jungle here, my pick this week is Mycoloth, which is 3 green, so 5 CMC total for a 4/4 fungus creature with Devour 2. So if you don't know what Devour does, as this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This creature enters the battlefield with twice that many +1/+1 counters on it. So if I sacrifice 5 creatures, he gets 10 +1/+1 counters. And then he has, at the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token for each +1/+1 counter on Mycoloth. So this card is just an insane creature engine. It's amazing in a token deck because you can get all your like little sapperling tokens out, or your whatever elf tokens out, whatever you're running, zombies if it's a green black deck, and then you just drop this thing and make a gigantic thing that then just keeps creating more, so then you can play other creatures that also devour or something like that. So it's a really crazy card and can definitely it's a game winner for sure.
Yeah, so thank you. That was an awesome card. Mycoloth is a sweet card. But thanks again. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut that. Thank you all for listening today, guys. Again, we have a Patreon that is live. We have a Discord. You can come join. Over 50 members already. We all love Magic. We have community content creators can plug themselves when they go live in there. You can chat with us. If you're a patron, you can get priority chat. We have a website, MTG Place. Search it. We'll have a link in the Discord as well in the show notes. We have a YouTube, which is the MTG Place channel. I just posted a video of myself playing Jump In on Arena, and I'm sure James here, you might play some Arena and record it and throw it on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I'll have to. I haven't played a lot of Arena lately, so I'll have to get back into it. But yeah, I can definitely. I'll have to figure out what I want to do for sure.
And the last way to support the podcast, and the most important way, is just listen to it and share it with your friends that might like it. Thanks, guys, for listening. Enjoy the week.
Have a good one, guys.